What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today we're going to be talking about how Coach Willie Green is going to elevate Zion Williamson to the next level, and we're going to jump right into the video. Now, Coach Willie Green is coming off a fantastic rookie season as a head coach, and he played a huge role in the New Orleans Pelicans doing the impossible last season. They got off to a very rough start. I believe they started the season off like 2-12, something really bad. And usually when that happened to teams, they will throw the whole season away and they will just tank. They will try to get a high lottery pick. But Coach Willie Green, and this is what makes him so special to me, is that he has that ability to coach in between the lines. Of course, every head coach in the NBA, they got to know the game of basketball and they have to know the X and O's. But Willie Green has that rare ability to where he can reach his players. He can reach them all on a personal level, and he has the ability to inspire them. And that's what we saw last season. The Pelicans, they turned that season around. Those young guys they kept fighting despite the injury and COVID. They kept fighting and they found themselves with the 8th seed in the playoffs, and they put up a dogfight against the Phoenix Suns. And Willie Green, he played a huge role in that, and we seen how emotional he was after that series. And I think he's going to have that ability to take Zion Williamson to that next level. Now, I think Coach Willie Green is going to help elevate Zion in 3 areas: on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, and also with his morale. I think he's going to keep Zion Williamson happy, but we're going to start with the offense. And the last time we saw Zion Williamson play the game of basketball, Steve Van Gundy was the coach of the New Orleans Pelicans, and his offensive style is a lot different than Willie Green's. With Steve Van Gundy, the way he utilized Zion Williamson, he had him initiating the offense a lot of the time or acting as the point guard, and it worked out really well for Zion. He put up some great numbers, 27 plus points with 5 plus rebounds and 5 plus assists. Those are some great numbers, especially at the young age that he was at. But it made the New Orleans Pelicans, it made their half-court offense very predictable. And when your offense is predictable, it causes your offense to be stagnant at times. So, and I think Coach Willie Green is going to utilize Zion Williamson in a completely different way, because if we look at his philosophy on the offensive side of the ball, he really stresses the use of sharing the basketball and good ball movement. And if we look at the personnel that the New Orleans Pelicans currently have, I think this style of play is really going to complement Zion Williamson's game really well, especially when it comes to that 2-man game. And I'm really excited for the Pelicans to run this set, a pick and roll between CJ McCollum and Zion Williamson, or a pick and roll between Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. I think that's going to be very dangerous because all 3 of these guys are very dynamic, and CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram, they have the ability to put the basketball on the floor, handle it really well, and score from every area. And then you have a guy like Zion Williamson on the back end of that 2-man game rolling to the rim. I feel like that's going to unlock so many different things for the New Orleans Pelicans offense, and it's going to force teams to pick their poison. Are you going to allow Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum to come off that screen and get wide open jump shots, or you're going to let Zion Williamson get easy looks under the rim? And once things like that start to happen, the defense start reacting differently, and now everybody is getting wide open looks. And of course, you can utilize Zion Williamson in so many different ways. He can play in the post, he can ISO, he can do so many different things. So I think he's gonna excel in a ball movement type offense. And now we're gonna look at how Coach Willie Green is gonna help him on the defensive side of the ball. And before we go any further in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, a digital security company called Aura. And me personally, I've had the app for 2 days now, and it's already been super beneficial to me. As soon as I created my account and logged in, Aura notified me about 6 of my passwords being leaked to the dark web. And what I love about this app is that it was very easy for me to identify what those 6 passwords were, and I was able to change them immediately. And the cool thing about Aura is that they don't just monitor leaked passwords, but they also keep an eye on your email, your social security number, and your credit card. They make sure none of these things are surfacing on the dark web, and if they do find anything, they send a notification to your phone or your email so you can get things taken care of as soon as possible. And what I love about this app is that it's very convenient, but it's also super cool and easy to use. And thanks to my partnership with Aura, you and your family can get a free 14-day trial to try the app for yourself and make sure that any of your information is not out on the dark web. All you have to do is go to aura.com/champion, and that link will also be in the description and in the comments section. Thank you guys for listening, and now we can get back to the video. Another thing Coach Willie Green stresses is effort on the defensive side of the ball. When we look at the Pelicans statistically on the defensive side of the ball as a team last season, they finished in the middle of the pack amongst other NBA teams, but that was still a huge improvement compared to what we saw the season before. And with Coach Willie Green, this is where that rare ability that he has, this is where that comes into play, to be able to reach his players on a personal level. And I think he could get Zion Williamson to buy in on the defensive side of the ball. And in my personal opinion, as a basketball fan, I think defense is 50% effort and 50% skill. I feel like you have to want to play defense, and when you want to play defense, it makes it a lot easier. And I think that's the case with Zion Williamson, because he definitely has the tool set and the skill set to be a very solid defender. He's 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan, and he's super athletic. He has some great lateral quickness, and he has the ability to jump very high off the ground. So I don't even think Zion Williamson, like, he doesn't have to be a guy that's going to guard the best player, but he can be a great weak side help defender because he's great at blocking shots, and he also has a big body, so you can throw him on a bunch of different guys. So I think I think Coach Willie Green is going to help Zion in that area. He's going to get that message to him, and he's going to help him buy into giving effort on the defensive side of the ball. And now we're going to talk about how Willie Green is going to help Zion Williamson's morale. And we're going to go back once again to the last time that Zion Williamson played NBA basketball, and Steve Van Gundy was the coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. And I think I can speak for everyone when I say that no one is a fan of Steve Van Gundy as a coach, as a GM, and especially as a commentator. I hate the games on TNT that he is commentating the games, but he is one of those coaches that loves to yell to get his point across. And I'm pretty sure most of us, we played sports before, and we've all had that coach that's a hothead, and we know how wearing that can be on an athlete. But with Coach Willie Green, it's completely different. He always has a calm demeanor, and he's constantly instilling confidence in his players. And we saw that with the Pelicans last season. All of that, it led to the body language changing, and all those guys looked like they was having fun with each other. And I feel like with the game of basketball, when you having fun with it, it makes the production so much better. And we saw this contagious energy of Coach Willie Green. It slowly brought Zion Williamson back into good graces with the New Orleans Pelicans. We saw him start the rehab with the team again. And then down the stretch of the season, going into the playoffs, he was joining the team on the benches. And then this summer, when asked about an extension with the New Orleans Pelicans, he said he wouldn't want to be nowhere else. And the rest is history. He signed a big-time extension. And I think Coach Willie Green, he played a huge role in that. So I think all three of these things, the morale, the defense, the offense, Coach Willie Green, he's going to bring so much more out of Zion Williamson, and the Pelicans are going to be so scary next season. And I kid you guys not, I think they can win a championship because they have so much talent. And for me, it's going to be those mismatches. Like, they're going to have a counter for everything. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.